Hi guys, today we're going to go through another cooking with the coaches. I'm going to make one of my favorite sheet pan chicken and veggie recipes, so let's get started. So I'm just going to cut, I'm cooking for 7 people right now, so that's why there is so much chicken. I probably have 3 pounds of chicken here. I'm just going to cut it. It's not ideal to have this much chicken on the cutting board, but I'm going to cut this into cubes just so that it doesn't take super long to cook. So I'm going to get that cut into cubes. Okay, so I have all of my cubed chicken here, and there's a few options for oil. I'm going to end up just using olive oil because we aren't trying to follow a low-fat diet, and I don't plan on having any other fat in this recipe. You could use an olive oil cooking spray just to cut back on fat a little bit, but this, like I said, it's already a very low-fat meal. So I'm just going to take my olive oil, drizzle it over my chicken, get it nice and coated. And then I just pulled out of our spice jar my favorite spices. This is the part where you can kind of get creative and put whatever you want on it. I definitely recommend garlic powder and onion powder. Those are 2 that no matter what I put on are going to make it on my sheet pan chicken. And then paprika today, a little bit of lemon pepper, and then salt and pepper. So super basic. We can put pretty much any sauce on this if we wanted. I'm just going to spread the garlic powder. Onion powder. Paprika. And then just a little bit of lemon pepper. This is a pretty powerful seasoning. Salt. And pepper. I should have done this at the beginning. We're going to keep our oven at 415 degrees, so I would always preheat it before I start the prep even, but I did not do that, so. Awesome, so we'll let that kind of warm up. I'm going to set the chicken aside, and next we're going to do our veggies. So I basically just looked through our freezer and pulled out some of my favorite vegetables that we had in there. So I have Brussels sprouts, broccoli florets, butternut squash, which are already cubed, which is nice that we don't have to prep any of this, and then an Italian style veggie, which has zucchini, carrot, cauliflower, and green beans, it looks like. So here, I'm actually probably going to need an additional pan, but I'm just going to put these all on. Now we're going to cram it. Broccoli and Italian veggies. If I was at the store, I prefer fresh veggies for this recipe over frozen, but right now we got to make work with what we have. So same thing we did to the chicken. I'm just going to drizzle some olive oil. And then all of the same seasonings that we put on the chicken, we'll put on the veggies. And then once I get these in the oven, I'll show you the rice, but I chose rice as the carb source to put with this because this meal, yeah, there's carbs and vegetables, but they're very low, and when we're working out for a couple hours a day, we need to make sure we get enough. So I will do 2 cups of rice on the side with this. Salt and pepper. All right, so that's literally all the prep it takes to get this ready. Like I said, if I had fresh vegetables, I would have had to wash and cut those, but all we're gonna do is put these in the oven, put the chicken on top because that takes a little bit longer to cook, and veggies, and we're probably gonna leave that usually 20 to 25 minutes. Basically once the chicken's cooked through and the veggies are at like a roasted consistency that you like, you can pull those out. So the rice is super simple. Like I said, I'm cooking for 7 people, so I have 2 cups of rice. I'm gonna put that in my pot. And then you can just use water. I'm actually gonna use a low sodium chicken broth for a little bit extra flavor. And it's 2 to 1 water to rice. So I'm gonna put 4 cups of chicken broth, which is this whole box. And then the trick for delicious rice, you're gonna bring this rice and liquid to a boil on high heat, and then once it starts boiling, you're going to turn the heat to low, put a lid on it, and once it has little bubbles and no more liquid on the top, that's how you know it's done. Wowzers.
I've already seen that. That's some.
All right, so we have our chicken is done, and our veggies are done, and the rice is done. So normally when I serve this, I just mix the veggies and chicken together, and I serve it over rice, or you can eat it separate, however you want. But it's as simple as that. So that cooked for exactly 20 minutes. And we are done.